and João Felix in attack. There are the two coaches, Marcelino and Xavi, Villarreal's third coach this season, Marcelino, and we certainly haven't seen the Marcelino effect just yet, because we know that he prioritises a strong defence, and they have anything but a strong defence. 42 goals conceded. These are the players he's picked. Jorgensen starts in goal, Femenia, Bailey, Cuenca and Moreno, Alberto Moreno at the back. Elias back against his former club, Comisano, Coquelin and Baena, and up front Gerard, Moreno and Schurrott. And that Villarreal side, Gaisca, quality in attack, but they've had so many problems defensively, haven't they?
They have, yeah, and Jorgensen, I think, is the goalkeeper in the league that has more shots or has to make more saves in the league. So that tells you already that the defense is not his strength, as you mentioned. Surprisingly, with Marcelino, which normally his teams are very well organized and very well defensively. When you look up front, it's different. Sorloth, the usual Gerard Moreno, scoring goals and leading the team. Obviously Baena, one of the most prolific attacking midfielders also in the league. Enacoma, very fast-paced player.
Well, we're going to have a minute's silence before the game starts, which we will of course observe. Silence for Franz Beckenbauer. Barcelona haven't played at home since his passing, so they pay homage to him. Also to Arasi Segui, photojournalist, very famous photojournalist in and around Barcelona Football Club for many, many years, and also in memory of the fans, the Sevilla fans who lost their lives on the way to Sevilla's game on Friday. We're ready to get underway then. It's José Luis Muniera Montero is the referee. The video-assisted referee is Jaime Latre, and Barcelona looking to make a positive start to their first home game of 2024 and close the gap back on the leaders. And I mentioned earlier, leaders Real Madrid, of course, can't not talk about the leadership without also talking about Girona. We're underway with Villarreal kicking from right to left, and they win a throw on the far side.
It's interesting, Villarreal started in the same way that Barcelona does it, with a long ball, trying to find second ball, second action. Certainly, maybe trying to put the ball right straight up in Barcelona's defence.
Well, Barcelona's record at conceding goals early on is so poor this season. Ball into Schurrott, a mistake at the back, and it's Christensen who clears. Hector Fort caught dwelling on the ball. Flag was up anyway.
Well, it is almost. I think it's in three games they conceded a goal in the first minute of the game, and could have been probably even 5 with other 2 games after the minute, which you would think is something you work and you try not to do. They almost did it against Villarreal again.
Well, it is a terrible record, as you say. It's 3 in the first minute. I think it's 9 in the first 20 minutes. So just appalling first half to games, match after match. Didn't happen in the week, actually. In the cup they were better in the first half. Here's Lewandowski. Bailey plays that ball forward.
We see Lewandowski again. I think we'll have a tough day today against Eric Bailey. We'll have to probably also having Felix next to him, trying to replicate what they did a few games ago when the best probably moment of João Felix was showing for the team.
Well, João Felix's first start since the game against Almeria in December, the last home game here. I said they didn't do it in terms of conceding early in midweek. Of course they did. That was one of the games when they conceded inside the first minute. They didn't do it last week in the league against Betis. They started that game well and took a 2-goal lead. Ended up winning that one 4-2. Free kick then.
That's why probably is the best team in comebacks.
Well, that's the other way of looking at it, isn't it? Not so much that they start poorly, but they are capable of getting back into games.
It's what you prefer as a manager. You want to,
for sure,
come back or take the lead.
Femenia Valencia one over the top. The flag for the moment has stayed down. There's a chance here for Villarreal. The shot, well, it won't count anyway because the flag is up. Bayern only just one goal this season. He was more prolific last season. Good the win. Out to João Felix. The pass sent him slightly wide. Up against Femenia. Plays it back to Frenkie de Jong. And here's Oriol Romeo.
You see that João Felix is the one giving the width to Barca and Font coming inside. You would think maybe they're swapping now, but in the two attacks it's been the other way around.
Great run by Lamal Yamin. He's pulled it back to Gundogan and it's blocked. Goal-bound shot. Kept out by, I think, Cuenca. And Lamine Yamal carrying on from where he left off in midweek, where he was absolutely blistering against Athletic Club.
And same against Betis as well.
And against Betis. Still 16 years old. Unlike Pau Courbassi, the centre-back who turns 17 on Mondays on the bench for this game. But they had two 16-year-olds on the pitch against Betis. The ball goes out for a Barca corner.
Well, Barca needed to have Lamine Yamal or the likes of him. If it's like today, you have Felix, players that really break lines, driving, taking defenders on. Otherwise, sometimes I think Barca plays quite in a predictable way.
Gundogan with the corner. It's a deep one. It's headed away by Bailey, back into the area from Lamine Yamal. And safely into the hand of Jorgensen. Well, of course, they had Dembélé, talking about being predictable. They had Dembélé last season. Do they miss him a little bit, even though he was so frustrating as a player? He was unpredictable.
I think he was, but what he offered to the team, he was obviously way better than predictability. And I think with Lamine Yamal now, that's what they get. If he's obviously at the level that he's been performing, especially in the beginning and in the last 3 games, that's what I'm sure the player himself and the team needs.
Back to Jorgensen. And you mentioned the position a moment ago of João Felix and Hector Fort. Of course, there's no Balde. Balde will almost definitely be out for the rest of the season, regardless of whether he has an operation or not. Big blow to Barcelona.
It was, I think it came out, at least for us, like a surprise, because it seemed like a muscular injury, and then we heard about the surgery.
Brilliant again from Lamine Yamal. Gundogan tries to thread that through, but it's blocked by Cuenca. Comes out to Hector Fort. Here's Oriol Romeo. De Jong helps it onto Koundé.
We saw there how both Lewandowski and João Felix make the same run, which obviously make it easier to defend and more difficult for Gundogan to find that pass.
Araujo. Forward to Koundé. Closed down by Baena. Plays it back to the Uruguayan.
See clear 4-4-2 Marcelino style. I thought maybe they put like a triangle trying to cover like today's Oriol or sometimes Frenkie de Jong position, but certainly keeping the 4.
Here's Hector Fort. Well, he does like his 4-4-2, as you say, and it was interesting to see last week when Guedes came on. The option obviously is to either play him as one of the front two or to play him wide, and he came on and played wide, so maybe that's an indication of where he sees the player who, of course, he's coached before at Valencia. Lamine Yamal dispossessed by Alberto Moreno. He's given the foul, though.
Well, like you said, if Marcelino is able to get the best version of Guedes, I think it will give a lot to Villarreal. We saw a lot of him when he was at Valencia. He's a really good player.
not 17 until July, but already so important to Barcelona. He receives the ball from Gundogan, and he goes for goal, saved by Jorgensen. Jorgensen out to Comisania. Back to his keeper. This doesn't look like a particularly confident playing out from the back by Villarreal, and indeed the ball goes straight out of play from Jorgensen. Christensen. Short pass that was almost intercepted, in fact was intercepted by Lamine Yamal. One over the top for Lewandowski, trying to get one from Bailey. Bailey got there first. Alberto Moreno up to Chorlot, and brought down by Lamine Yamal. 7 goals so far this season, Chorlot, 9 for Gerard Moreno, and Morales on the bench has 5. So goals from the forwards has not been a problem, but they've had plenty of other problems. Jorgensen up to Chorlot. Koundé nicely away from Alberto Moreno. Can he get away from Baena as well? Wins the throw.
Yeah, good pressure by Villarreal, but very well played by Koundé, anticipating the pressure and getting a free kick.
Well, we know that he doesn't want to be at right back. He wants to be in the centre defence, but he's having to play there at the moment.
You see there clear Villarreal trying to stop Barca coming there through the space, through the middle, and trying to force them to go wide.
Marc-Andre ter Stegen there as well, who's back in light training and could well be back for the Champions League games. Barcelona, of course, playing Napoli once European competition restarts. It's Christensen. Hector Fort.
Yeah, we're seeing how, because of the position of Oriol, Frenkie de Jong was playing a bit forward, but I think he kind of running out of patience of waiting for the ball to get to him. He's coming to get that ball and trying to dictate the tempo.
Well, here he is on the ball now. Back to Christensen. Araujo. Lewandowski came short, but it goes out instead to Lamine Yamal. Back to Romeo on the edge of the area. He's dispossessed, but it runs to Araujo. With a header, Gundogan pass runs to Gerard Moreno, gets away from Oriol Romeo, up to Chorlot. There are runners, one of them is Comisania. To Fort, to Romeo, and now to Koundé. Coquelin with a challenge.
Yeah, again, good pressure there. Obviously, they're not going high pressure, but they just, in that halfway line, as soon as there is a bad touch from some of the Barca players, they quickly try to close down to recover that ball.
Well, their performance last week against Mallorca was promising. They threw away 2 of the 3 points in the end. Mallorca scored a late goal, but there were signs of improvement, which Marcelino will hope they can build on in this game. Here's Comisania. He plays the ball.
But because they're defending so deep, defend themselves when they get that ball like now out of the pressure, but so far away still from the Peña's goal.
Baena out to Elias.
Now have to have the ball.
Chance for him to run at Hector Fort. Hector Fort dealt with that very well indeed. Here's João Felix. Elias has stayed down. There's a Barca player down as well, Lewandowski.
touch the ball first and then kicks Elias.
Elias, who spent his whole career, bar one season out on loan at Barcelona, and when I say career, I mean right from being a 7 or 8 year old. Debuted under Ronald Koeman back when there were limited options for the then Barca manager. To Lewandowski, got the win over the top for João Felix. Headed away though by Femenia. Kunde. John looking for options. Gundogan had made the run beyond the Villarreal defence, but the ball was played short instead to Araujo, who's won a free kick.
Yeah, because you have the likes of Lamine Yamal wide and Ferran today. There's not many players making those runs like Gundogan just did that. Either to.
João Felix with a shot, takes a deflection, tipped over brilliantly by Jorgensen. Well, a real chance for Barcelona, their first of the game, and that's a fine save from their goalkeeper.
João Felix a bit lucky on the deflection, but great save, right hand.
Well, he must have seen it late, and as you say, the deflection made it even more difficult. Half blocked, I think, by Baena, and fingertips over the top for a Barcelona corner. Coquelin. Comes out to Lamine Yamal, blocked by Baena. Hector Ford plays it forward. And a nasty one on Lamine Yamal, and I think the referee's got his hand in his pocket. Indeed he has. First yellow card of the afternoon for Alex Baena, and he can't really have too many complaints about that, even though he is complaining.
Well, players always complain. When he goes a bit late and down, Lamine Yamal cleverly put the foot right before that and get not only the foul but the yellow card.
Back to Kunde. His cross blocked by Elias, and it's Gundogan who sends it back to Iñaki Peña. 15 minutes up. Carlos, how are the two benches reacting to the first quarter and hour?
Well, I can tell you with team so far calm on the benches. Marcelino just went to sit down on Xavi, talking to a lot of players, especially to Kunde, Araujo and Oriol Romeu. It seems that every time Oriol Romeu is on the ball, he's telling him where to go, where to pass the ball. I don't know, and I want to ask guys, Kada, when you have a manager always on your ear, maybe that's not the most comfortable thing.
You don't hear him, or you pretend not to hear him.
We're talking of pretending not to hear their manager. We cut straight to João Felix, who of course famously did it to Diego Simeone.
Well, if you are Kunde or Lamine Yamal, obviously you have no choice but to answer. Yeah. But if you're in a different position like Oriol, I think what probably Xavi is wanting is to move that ball faster and quicker.
Cross comes in towards Schorlat, goes past the far post.
So I think it's not only Oriol but all the kind of team quite slow down on the way they're passing the ball. Is not really creating any questions for Villarreal, which are quite comfortable with the 4-4-2.
Well, he had such a good season last season, Oriol Romeu, for Girona, and Marcelino's now been booked. He's not happy with the referee, Carlos.
No, we just seen the referee coming out and showing the yellow card. It was not Marcelino, but other parts of the bench criticizing the referee after that yellow card of Baena, maybe because it was the first strong challenge by a Villarreal player, but it was certainly a yellow card for Baena. It was the 7th of the season for the Yellow Submarine player.
Romeu out to João Felix. Hector Fort running ahead of him. Lewandowski and Gundogan through the middle. Back out to Hector Ford. De Jong to Romeo. Floats that one over the top. Koundé goes down in a heap, but nothing doing, and he's not appealing. There's a clash with Cuenca. In fact, it's a foul, if anything, by Koundé on Cuenca. Yeah.
That's the previous one. Sorloth. He's complaining about the free kick now. Before. All right. I think that's what he was saying about buying a yellow card. Probably it's the referee saying like it's the second one, so it's not because that one.
Nicely done by Gerard Moreno. Comisania. Sherlock wants it played early. In the end, he has to come short for it. He lays it off though to Comisania. Back out to Gerard Moreno. Elias up against Hector Fort once more. Goes past him. The cross comes in, and Araujo clears. And Gundogan and João Felix combine to get Barca out of their final third, well, their first third.
Very cleverly there, uses his body to get across, so Hector Ford can do nothing about it. And then good cross, but Sorloth wasn't there, to probably expecting that he would get in that position of crossing. And again, well, now with those screens beyond stats, you can see everything straight away.
Ball over the top for Hector Ford. Bailey deals with the danger and wins the free kick. There's Guedes, 5 seasons at Valencia. Hasn't worked out for him since he's left Spanish football, and it's good to have him back because he was so good to watch. Needs to be playing, not just in terms of helping out his domestic career, but also to make the Euros. Christensen back to Iñaki Peña. Comisania with the header, but it goes to Robert Lewandowski. He's got time to turn and clip that one over the top, intended for Lamine Yamal.
Well positioned Alberto Moreno right in the place where he can either stop it like he did or be close to the back line of foot. Some experience there.
Well, it's always good to see Alberto Moreno on the pitch. It's such bad luck with injuries. The ball in behind there. This is a test for Koundé, and he comes away with the ball at his feet despite the best efforts of Baena. Here's Araujo up against Sherlock. Sherlock gets the better of him.
Not easy to get that ball off Araujo, but did well, sort of.
Yep, 2 very strong competitors. The ball laid off by Comisania. Femenia. His cross, and the chance for Gerard Moreno if he can get the shot away. He can get the shot away, and Villarreal have taken the lead, but the flag is up. So there'll be an inquiry. The video assisted referee, well, the referee's already made the decision. It seems that definitely offside, so Gerard Moreno's celebrations cut short, and presumably Carlos, the Villarreal bench's celebrations cut short as well.
Yes, they're waiting for the decision. Xavi also talking to the 4th referee, asking for a Baena foul before the offside. Let's see what's going to be the VAR decision.
Well, we see the cross and the finish again here.
Is that free kick to Koundé?
So he's given presumably the free kick for the foul for. Has he interpreted that as a foul by Baena on Koundé?
There in that. They're checking on the VAR.
But you guys have the monitors, you guys can watch it better. But initially, the one that reacted first, it was the assistant referee raising the flag. But, well,
can only be, well, like on Koundé.
It's not really clear where the offside comes from, but as you say, Carlos, the referee's flag went up. The linesman's flag went up very early. Is Sherlock penalised here because he's in such a central position?
Because interferes on
and
the
he's
play
interfering with
Araujo,
Iñaki Peña and with Araujo. Still being looked at. Sorry, Carlos?
No goal, the final decision.
No goal, thank you.
Yeah, I think that's what they've given it. Because there it kind of blocks Araujo, and being offside interferes obviously on the action. It ends up in goal.
Good job.
But
he's played that too short. It runs to Baena, but his pass went straight to Hector Fort.
I was going to say, even though this allowed goal is again looking fragile on the box, and like straight a few seconds after they give the ball away cheaply to give another attack action to Villarreal. It's definitely not the strength of this Barca this season.
Well, we spoke about or mentioned the fact that Villarreal have conceded 42 goals this season. Barcelona also defensively have been a shadow of themselves last season and have already conceded as many goals as they did in the entirety of the last campaign. Here's Araujo. Lamine Yamal, Koundé in support, closed down by Baena, back to Araujo.
Now we see Baena going on Oriol, so obviously Marcelino's done the homework and he's really knowing how to press Barca what moments.
Defending from Cuenca to dispossess Lewandowski.
Yeah, there is. So offside.
And deemed to be interfering because of his position behind, between Araujo and Iñaki Peña. Eric Bailey heads clear.
It's the third long ball that Barca is trying unsuccessfully.
Christensen wins it well in the air. Oriol Romeo turns away from Coquelin, back to Koundé. João Felix wants it out on that far touchline. Up against Femenia. Bailey slices his clearance somewhat. Headed away by Elias. Fort plays it back to Christensen. João Felix. Gundogan tries to give it back to him. Bailey saw the pass and blocked it. Into Comisania. Back to Femenia. But his ball out runs to Gundogan. It's one back by Comisania. Up to Gerard Moreno. Baena. Coquelin wasn't impeded, says the referee, had a very good view of it. Romeo's pass into Gundogan. He's found Lewandowski, as you know. Alberto Moreno stepped in and Cuenca clears. Lamine Yamal. Into Gundogan. And cleared by Cuenca. Barcelona corner.
He read well the touch of Gundogan trying to get on the first touch.
This is the disallowed goal again.
But what a finish, by the way. It's where he had to put it.
He's in the mood, isn't he, Moreno? So is Lamine Yamal, but he curls that one well wide.
Yeah, that's one of his favourite kicks, trying to find that far post.
And he's a beloved here of the crowd. Every time that Lamine touches the ball, you listen to those little sounds, those murmurs. What he does with the ball is certainly magic, and the people, they love Lamine Yamal.
Well, they're sort of starved of that sort of fantasy football, aren't they, these days, with no Messi, no Neymar. But as you say, he's starting to fill that void, Lamine Yamal. Koundé to the 16-year-old, pass inside to Lewandowski. who's kicked by Comisania, who apologises if the card is given, the free kick is given. He's been taken off in his last 3 games, Lewandowski, which obviously is news because we've not seen that before. He used to stay on the pitch for the full 90 minutes, regardless really of performance. Here's Koundé. Lamine Yamal past 2, almost past the 3rd, but Baena won the ball, although the referee didn't like the challenge.
Yeah, I think I mean the first kind of pushed, but we can see how the threat of Lamine Yamal gets 3 players around him.
Coquelin challenged, the referee penalised, so Gundogan with the free kick. Deep one, Lewandowski got his head to it. Still not been cleared by Villarreal. Lewandowski clips it back into the area. Araujo rose but couldn't get his head to it. Cleared by Cuenca, only as far as Lamine Yamal. Here's Gundogan back into the area. Bailey this time gets it away. Shortlock charging it down. Lamine Yamal and Hector Font combined to send it back to Iñaki Peña.
Yeah. Been safe, taking no risks. Again, as soon as Barca players are passing that ball back, Villarreal really pushes up and tries to close down and get that ball back.
Well,
not this time.
No, they played out nicely from the press this time. This leaves a little bit more space at the other end of the pitch. Can they make the most of it? Hector Fort plays the ball back to Frenkie de Jong. His ball is cleared by Cuenca. Out to Baena. Lamine Yamal chasing it down. Villarreal throw.
And Marcelino certainly didn't like the last pressure of Villarreal. We heard him screaming, yelling the whole play until it got to the last third, and still talking to some of his players, especially to Santi Comesaña there in the middle of the park.
Well, it's going to take a while for Marcelino to put his imprint on this side. They've had so many coaches in such a short space of time, and some of them with a philosophy quite different to Marcelino's.
Yeah, that's probably the most difficult one, isn't it? Not only the number of managers, but the styles. Like, they all seem to be completely different one from each other, and probably no one closer to what Villarreal actually had used to us.
Mix up at the back. Lewandowski trying to get on the end of the loose ball. In the end, it cannons off a couple of yellow-shirted players, and Femenia can bring it away. Hector Fort cuts the pass out, but not the second pass. Elias trying to find Gerard Moreno, blocked by Frenkie de Jong. Elias does well to win that back, though. Femenia. Hector Fort wins the ball back. João Felix. De Jong back to Christensen. Oriol Romeo with Comesaña nipping at his ankles.
Good ball.
Excellent from Iñaki Peña. It was almost Ter Stegen-esque out to Hector Fort. Here's João Felix. Tries to get away from Coquelin. Bailey does well. And then gives the ball straight to Koundé. Barcelona back on the attack. Gundogan into Koundé. Comes out to Lamine Yamal. And he can't keep it in play. Well, no one really in control of the game at the moment.
Yeah, no, neither of either Barca or Villarreal tries to get like 10 passes or really controls the game. Like the ball, either they miss a pass or but there's no consistency in either of the systems or the style.
This is the closest the Barca have come to scoring so far. João Felix's deflected shot tipped over brilliantly by Jorgensen.
would think it will be Barca the one having more possession, but it is not.
Well, one of the many things that has changed for the worst, as Barca fans will see it, certainly a late challenge from Oriol Romeo, and he's been yellow carded as well. So it's 1-1 with cautions now.
Well, they do have more possession in terms of percentage, but doesn't seem to be that reflected on the actual game. It seems that at the moment is Villarreal plans or game plan that Marcelino put in place before the game that is working better.
Well, they have a free kick after that foul on Comesaña by Oriol Romeo. Baina's over the ball.
So Gerard Moreno trying to be clever, pushing.
Well, in the end it was Koundé with the clearance, and now Alberto Moreno sends it back to Jorgensen. So Moreno in an offside position, but let's talk about that in a moment. Quick throw to Lewandowski. Up against Eric Bailly. Back out to João Felix. Romeo to Araujo. Koundé and Lamine Yamal on this near side. Koundé. Intercepted by Shortlo. Baina. Koundé trying to get back. The early ball is cut out by Christensen. Araujo runs it out of play.
What is it, a foul or Villarreal ball?
So on the free kick, Gerard Moreno wandered into an offside position, but was then, I'm not interfering with play.
Yeah. I think he's trying to create doubt to Barca defenders, whether they obviously drop the line or try to take advantage in a potential second or third ball, but obviously the risk of being offside is big. But I think he's always trying to get more that generates the doubt of some Barca defenders.
Elias with the cross. Gerard Moreno got his head to it. Shorlot's underneath this one. He nods it back to Moreno on the volley, and it's saved by Iñaki Peña. Decent chance of Villarreal.
Yeah, another ball in the box. So Solos very cleverly touches Araujo, and another chance from inside the box to Villarreal. These 4 shots for Villarreal, 1 for Barca. It was I believe the Joao Felix deflection there.
Here's Lamine Yamal. Koundé on the overlap, but he stopped running. Arguably wouldn't have gotten the end of that anyway. It goes back to Jorgensen. João Felix back to Christensen. Oriol Romeo.
Slow. There's no really a threat for Villarreal in the way the Barca is moving the ball now.
Yeah, the ball not exactly zipping around the playing surface at Montjuic. It does go out to Hector Fort. His cross straight to Jorgensen.
Yes, and that's precisely what Xavi is asking to Oriol Romeo. Once again, doing that signal with the wrist to move the ball around to one side to another to kind of give more circulation of the ball in that mid area.
Yeah, but it's not always Oriol's fault. Obviously, because of his position, is the reference of the man that he gets more on the ball. But sometimes it's giving him options. I mentioned earlier, there's not many. I think only I counted Gundogan run to behind the back 4 of Villarreal. Other than that, everyone is asking the ball on the feet. So therefore, there's not much mobility. Villarreal defense is kind of comfortable having the ball in front of them.
Romero finds Hector Fort out to João Felix.
And again, nobody makes those runs.
And everyone for Villarreal back behind the ball.
And it would end up most of the times like in a cross, where Villarreal obviously is feeling comfortable today to defend.
Well, let's see if the same outcome. No, it's a nice ball intended for João Felix, but cut out by Femenia. Christensen. Romeo to Koundé, who's been closed down by Baena, into Lamine Yamal. Played on to Koundé. Back to Lamine Yamal. Takes it nicely in his stride, which takes him away from Baena, but he was then cut out by Coquelin. Back to Baena.
Again, the support of the Villarreal players as soon as Lamine Yamal gets the ball, 3 players on him.
Romeo's ball out to Lamine Yamal. Romeo's cross has gone over Lewandowski's head and is cleared by Femenia.
I was saying, like, I mean, you have to remember he's 16 and still the confidence, like, loses the ball, doesn't matter for him. He wants the ball again. He continuously wants to do and create something, regardless the outcome of the action before.
Felix out to Hector Fort. Well won by Comisania, who also gets away from Fort and is brought down by him. Well, he scored that fantastic goal in the week, Lamine Yamal. Almost reminiscent of Messi cutting in from the right and then on his left foot. Then missed those second half chances, but as you say, playing with extreme confidence despite his age.
Also, Hector Fort is 17, I think.
Yep.
So the age of some of these players we have to take in consideration, even if we get used to obviously the responsibility that they have, but it is incredible what they do.
João Felix wins that back and draws some applause from Montjuic. Nicely into Gundogan as well. Lamine Yamal. João Felix and Lewandowski the options, but he can't get past Alberto Moreno, and there's a break on here for Villarreal. It's Baena getting away from Jules Koundé. He's got Charlotte up in support. Plays in Charlotte. Charlotte. Interception by Christensen. It almost dropped to Gerard Moreno there. Araujo heads it, or clears it, out for a throw.
Yeah, I think he was waiting Gerard Moreno to come on his left, but he goes on the inside, and that obviously creates doubt on the pass at the same time that attracts, in this case, Oriol, that he was marking Gerard Moreno. And another header that Solos has won in the box.
Alberto Moreno with the throw. Into Charlotte. Turns away from Romeo and Moreno scores! Brilliant combination between Villarreal's front two. Charlotte with the cross, and Gerard Moreno scores his 10th goal of the season, and it's Barcelona 0, Villarreal 1.
What a finish that is. It's very, very difficult how he's done to catch it, because the pace from Solos was very, very strong, very heavy cross. He keeps it down, not only keeps it down, but also pulls it right away from Iñaki Peña. So again, the quality of Gerard, unbelievable.
Well, we said he was in the mood earlier, which makes it sound like he's a player who sometimes doesn't bother. Of course, he always bothers, but he's a player who's suffered so much over the seasons with injuries. He looks fit out there, and he's given his team the lead, and that will please Marcelino on the bench, Carlos.
Yes, Marcelino that uses the time to talk to his players, especially to the center backs, Bailly and Cuenca. Also, congratulations, Baena, and noises from the stands, certain whistles and boos. Of course, the people worried by the performances of Barca in the first half.
Well, the last time they played here, back towards the end of December, they were booed and whistled off at half-time after a flat first half against Almeria. And Carlos telling us that already a few whistles inside the Olympic Stadium as Villarreal take the lead. Christensen.
Sounds a bit of cheering now, no, Carlos? Like, I think it's a bit of people reacting to those little people whistling.
Yes, and the sensation is like they're tired because somehow they're getting used to these kind of situations, that the team is not dominating in the first half and that the opponent is actually the better side.
Yeah, definitely. I think Villarreal has executed that plan not perfectly, but certainly in the best way.
Ball back to Araujo. De Jong out to João Felix. Back to Frenkie de Jong.
Oh, they forcing Barca to play outside, almost like a humble sort of team, which obviously makes it easier to defend for the Villarreal.
Well, they need something special to break this the way Villarreal are set up, but they don't get it there. And Chorlot has it for Villarreal. It's one back by Lamine Yamal. Romeo to Koundé now with Christensen. Frenkie de Jong, he's got Fort to his left. João Felix was ahead of him, but there were three Villarreal players between a possible pass from de Jong and João Felix. Fort back to Frenkie de Jong. Romeo to Koundé. Win. Caught, was he? Yes, is the referee.
Yes. Good cutback.
So this will be interesting. In the last minute of normal time in the first half, Cuenca's foul on Gundogan.
A lot of communication there from Villarreal defenders. You know the importance of 44th minute.
Absolutely, they want to get to half-time with this one-goal advantage. Araujo, Christensen, Koundé, Oriol Romeo and Lewandowski all in the area. It's taken short to João Felix. He hits it well enough, but it's blocked and out for a corner.
But if they're going to do this kind of play, why they have Frenkie de Jong in the place where the ball is meant to go? So it's kind of... Obviously he's been planning, he's been trained, but...
Corner comes in, it was Koundé, got his head to it, out comes Jorgensen. It's headed out of his hand, play on says the referee, it's now in his hands.
2 minutes of added time.
2 minutes added to the 45. Which we just heard from the stadium announcer at Montjuic, because it's a quiet stadium at the moment with Barcelona behind and struggling at the moment to make any inroads. What can Oriol Romeo do here? He's got Koundé to his right, Lamine Yamal ahead of him, back to Koundé. Forward to De Jong, and Lewandowski getting away, but he's overrun that, and 1 minute left of added time. Just very quickly, guys can mention the quality on the Barca bench, I think, at the start of the game. A reminder of who is there: Ferran Torres, Victor Roque, Cancelo's back fit again, Pedri's there as well, and then Fermin Lopez too. So in terms of, and Marc Gu, of course, but so in terms of the attacking options, no shortage of them. Just a case of, as we see Moreno's goal again, just a case of when Xavi decides that he needs to make the first change.
This celebration cost him a yellow card in Europe. Obviously, that referee wasn't looking at his celebrations in the league that's been doing over and over.
It's for his daughter or his son, or so. For a caution for that is ridiculous. There's the half-time whistle blown by José Luis Munier Montero, and they are whistles, Carlos, as Xavi goes down the tunnel.
Lots of whistle. The people certainly is not happy. Let's see what's going to be their reaction in the second half. But now the people certainly unhappy here at Montjuic.
Well, 41 minutes on the clock when Gerard Moreno's very sharp finish from Chorlot's pass gave Villarreal the lead, no more than they deserved after a well-worked first 45 minutes. They came with a plan, and so far it's working. Joined myself, Gaisca and Carlos for the second half, but at the interval, the break here at Montjuic, it's Barcelona 0, Villarreal 1.
Every match has that one moment that can change everything. Understand the skill and precision behind that play. With Beyond Stats powered by Microsoft and La Liga, millions of data points and AI technology come together to give you a new perspective on the game you love.
भाई, ये तुम्हारा बेसबॉल क्या है?
Full aggressive batting. Test me T20 style.
और फिर तेरा पैकअप भी होगा T20 स्टाइल.
तुझे तो मैं देख लूंगा.
जब ये दोनों देखेंगे एक दूसरे को, आप देखिए IDFC फर्स्ट बैंक इंडिया वर्सेस इंग्लैंड टेस्ट सीरीज सेकंड टेस्ट 2 फरवरी से जियो सिनेमा और कलर्स सिनेप्लेक्स पर लाइव.
ना इधर ना उधर, इस बार टाटा IPL सिर्फ जियो सिनेमा पर.
This is not an easy ride. No courage, no win. No fight, no victory. No guts, no glory. The Kalinga Super Cup, 9th to 28th January, live on Jio Cinema and Sports 18.
This is the Northeast. The cold puts ice in our veins. The heat in our food puts the fire in our bellies. And our people remind us of the United in our name. Northeast United Football Club, stronger together.
Watch Indian Super League live on Jio Cinema, Sports 18 and VH1. This is not an easy ride. No courage, no win. No fight, no victory. No guts, no glory. The Kalinga Super Cup, 9th to 28th January, live on Jio Cinema and Sports 18.
He's broken the stumps. 5 sixes in a row. 100 for the king, Jadeja.
It is a beautiful sunny day in the Spanish capital, and Real Madrid are hoping to make it a great day by climbing to the top of the table as they face an Almeria team who are rock bottom and have not won a single game all season. Well, I was going to say happy birthday as well. It's your birthday weekend on Friday. We'll run through the starting lineup in a minute, but what a start, what a chance! Oh my word, less than 40 seconds played and Lagi Ramazani has given Almeria, winless all season, the lead at the Bernabeu. What a game we have set up for us now. Ramazani with the finishing touch after Almeria just passed their way through the Real Madrid defence as though there wasn't a defence there.
1 against 1 in the sidebar so far.
Now a long-range shot. Oh, what a goal! It's an absolute screamer from Edgar. who's really playing as a central defender today. So the first question is, what even was he doing there? But the ball dropped to him and he just thought, why not? I'll take on the strike. And it absolutely rocketed into the top corner, past Kepa. And we are on course for the shock of the season here. A stunning goal from Edgar. And Almeria lead 2-0. Across the board have been brilliant defensively. And that will probably end the first half and ends it in incredible fashion. Joselu in attack instead of Rodrigo, but we've also got Brahim in attack as well. We'll just come back to that as Fran Garcia sends in the cross, attacked by Joselu. Bellingham can't quite get there. For me, it has to be a penalty. And it is. Almeria can't believe it. Bellingham fires it down the middle, and they're back in the game. Just over 10 minutes gone in the second half. On the ball, from the spot, firing it straight down the middle. Game on. Ramazani is away. It's 3-on-2. Lagi Ramazani looking for Arribas, and he scored. Almeria are up by 2 again. It was 3 against 2. And Arribas, what a story against his boyhood club. And the question is, though, was that a foul by Lopi as he turned away from Bellingham? Another VAR review.
Yeah, it's a foul.
It's a foul?
Maybe without the intention, but maybe the intention doesn't count here, but it's a foul. It's a foul, yeah.
And a yellow card for Lopi. The goal had stood because the pointing from the referee was a bit ambiguous. Trameni with the delivery. Oh, and it's a leveller! Is it an own goal? I'm not sure Vinicius made any contact. It seemed to come off the defender last, but I think a free kick has been given. So now a huge decision goes against Real Madrid. The signalling a push by Vini. Incredible, and poor old referee Francisco Hernandez is at the middle of everything here. But this one has gone Almeria's way. The cross towards Bellingham, looking for the spectacular, and not far away from producing it. The Real Madrid fans, although it didn't go in, Bruno, they appreciated this effort. Lopi is strong and is fouled by Camavinga. Might be a little bit of clock management from Lopi in staying down. A point would be enough to take Real Madrid back up to the top place, as we see a red card for Gaisca Garitano. He was booked earlier. Will it reach him? Bellingham across goal, and it's forced home. Real Madrid take the lead. Dani Carvajal. That could be a huge moment in the title race. Incredible game, and it's Dani Carvajal from a yard out, sending Real Madrid into the lead. Incredible stuff.
So fantastic, Bellingham.
And there is the final whistle. Dani Carvajal is the match winner after a truly stupendous game. Full time here. Real Madrid 3, Almeria 2.
भाई ये तुम्हारा बेसबॉल क्या है?
Test me T20 style.
और फिर तेरा पैकअप भी होगा T20 स्टाइल.
तुझे तो मैं देख लूंगा.
जब ये दोनों देखेंगे एक दूसरे को, आप देखिए IDFC फर्स्ट बैंक इंडिया वर्सेस इंग्लैंड टेस्ट सीरीज सेकंड टेस्ट 2 फरवरी से जियो सिनेमा और कलर्स सिनेप्लेक्स पर लाइव. SA20 में फिर होने जा रहा है एक धमाकेदार मुकाबला, जहां केप टाउन के भाव भिड़ेंगे जोबर्ग के थला से. क्या सुपर किंग्स बजाएंगे विसल, या फिर एक बार भारी पड़ेगी पलटन? SA20 में देखिए MI केप टाउन वर्सेस जोबर्ग सुपर किंग्स 29 जनवरी रात 9 बजे जियो सिनेमा और स्पोर्ट्स 18 पर लाइव.
Watch Indian Super League live on Jio Cinema, Sports 18 and VH1.
You've heard him comment on the players. Now see him enter the field of play. As a coach, as an umpire.
On the buzzer first with Sunbeam Lertara.
as a cheerleader.
In the Ultimate Sports Quiz 2023, it's not just a quiz, but a clash of India's youngest and brightest minds. The Ultimate Sports Quiz 2023.
Come on, everyone, let's make some noise with our loudest cheer for this momentous game.
Namaste, Bharat. The SI Training League is back. The second season of this T20 Safari is going to get wild. What's the energy, excitement, and drama? You're all invited to join us in this carnival. Catch the action live only on Geo Cinema and Sports 18.
He's broken the stumps. 5 sixes in a row. Holy drive for the king. To danger.
ना इधर ना उधर, इस बार टाटा IPL सिर्फ जियो सिनेमा पर।
To overcome any difficulty, you must work hand in hand as a team to overcome challenges with talent and determination. Because together, we are stronger. And together, we'll go out onto the field to win. BKT in La Liga, a winning team.
Villarreal's first victory of 2024. Very competent, well-organised performance from them, guys, in the first 45 minutes.
Yeah, certainly the best team on the pitch. There's certainly to be with one wall up. We can see certainly the tactics of Marcelino working very well in terms of the pressure or one not to press and come back as the bank of 4-4-2, making Barca to play on the outside, not coming through the lines. And that's obviously working, I think, frustrated at times to Barca players. Barca, instead, I think, very slow on the ball. A lot of players wanting the ball on their feet rather than making runs, and somehow trying to move that line of the back four or the back also midfielders. There's no really questions asked for the Villarreal, so I think we'll see some changes, if not in the halftime, quickly after the halftime for Barca, because they need really to change things. We saw how they went back to the dressing room in the halftime. The fans not being very happy. I'm sure they feel the pressure, not only for the fans but also for the situation. Even if they used to be behind in the scoreline and the team that most comebacks has had in the league, but yeah, as the time and the second half starts and the clocks run down, it's going to be adding pressure on Barca players, and that's going to go in the favour of Villarreal certainly.
Well, it was fun for them last season playing at home. The Camp Nou was full. The average attendance of 84,000. As we look down now on Montjuic, it's not the same story this season. Much reduced capacity, of course, only half the capacity of the Camp Nou. And as Geiska says, there were a few whistles as they went off at half-time, just as was the case in the last game of 2023 against Almeria. They turned that match around. Can they do the same against Villarreal in the second 45 minutes? Villarreal haven't won since the 20th of December. They beat Celta Vigo by 3-2. Since then, they've been knocked out of the cup on penalties by Unionistas de Salamanca. They were beaten in the local derby by Valencia, and they were beaten convincingly 3-0 by Las Palmas. And we've already talked about their draw last week against Mallorca. Better performance from them, but they still threw away some points at the end of the game. So it's looking good for Marcelino. And what quality, Gerard Moreno, when he's fit. He's a special striker.
He is, and so unfortunate with the injuries, and not only by him but also as football fans, privileged of watching him play. Today, him and I think especially Sorloth, he's winning every challenge, he's winning every ball, every header, creating opportunities, and that this finish, it's such a difficult ball. Even if he makes a slow movement to get off Christensen, but the ball comes heavy, comes bouncing, he waits to the right moment to hit the ball, to keep it on the grass and away from Iñaki Peña. It's a fantastic finish. And like I was saying, like Sorloth is the one winning challenges with Araujo, with Koundé, and creating opportunities like there. Out of the throw-in, he put this cross that finds Gerard Moreno with a great finish and puts Villarreal again deceptively 1-0 up.
Well, we can see two changes at half-time. Pedri is going to come on, and we've also seen, I think that's Pau Corbassi there, the 17-year-old. He was 16 last week when he played against Betis. He turned 17 on Monday. Very, very impressive young centre-back. Presumably that means that Christensen's physical problems continue, and although he did train on Friday, he didn't train through the week, and maybe we're not going to see him come back out in the second half, so it will be Corbassi alongside Araujo. And let's see who Pedri replaces. Lewandowski ready to come back out onto the pitch for the second half. He looks a real prospect, Gaizka Corbassi.
Yeah, he does, because as we saw the other day against Betis, not only on the ball he's very good, very clever, also reading the game. He can get physical. He did it a few times during the game where he had to be right behind the strikers or the players and put pressure on them. He was doing it very well. So well, hopefully he continues in that development, that growth. And I think it's been Pedri from Oriol probably, and Frankie de Jong will take that place, as we saw. Joao is on there. Probably Carlos.
Yes, guys, I was about to say will be a triple substitution. Pedri and Joao Cancelo stayed during the halftime break to warm up for Football Club Barcelona. Then they went back to the changing room, we assume, to receive the instructions for Xavi Hernandez. We weren't sure about Cubarsí, but a triple substitution for Xavi Hernandez for Football Club Barcelona, Cubarsí, as well as Joao Cancelo and Pedri.
Well, it seems like Cubarsí will be for the problems that Christian had, and Cancelo and Pedri trying to, obviously, the pace and the runs from Joao Cancelo, and obviously Pedri on the ball, trying to get more dynamism in midfield and getting those passes and getting runners either from Cancelo, Lamine Yamal, and trying to find it not easy, because Villarreal is defending very well, to Joao Felix in those positions. We see actually of Cancelo on the left.
Indeed.
So he's going three at the back. Lamine Yamal and Joao Cancelo as a wingers, and Pedri, Frankie de Jong as a two stoppers, or in front of the back three.
Koundé's having problems here with Baena.
So yeah, he's changed the system.
Here's Araujo. Koundé to Pedri. A little bit of space. Threads it through to Gundogan. Laid off to Koundé. Throw to Barcelona.
Well, Barca trying to find the pace, especially on this left side with Joao Cancelo. Also hoping the understanding with Joao Felix that we've seen in previous matches works well, but we'll have to overrun this defense of Villarreal.
Well, arguably Joao Felix's best couple of games was when he played with Cancelo behind him. As you say, they have an understanding, speak the same language, play for the same national side. And they might combine here because Barcelona have a free kick now. It's going to be left for Gundogan.
You see this bandage around the knee.
Gundogan with the free kick.
See, like Villarreal is not afraid to defend so deep. Normally you would have that line
7, yeah,
almost outside the box, and they prefer to be let down.
Gundogan takes it short to Pedri. Cross comes in from Lamine Yamal, and nobody turns it in. It goes beyond Araujo and beyond João Felix, and out for a Villarreal goal kick.
Yeah, finally they got a good cross. Not how it started, but he actually definitely finished with a more dangerous cross than how they took the free kick in first place. Or the Kubasi, that's what I like about him. Like, he goes to Sorloth, he makes sure that he doesn't get the ball. He doesn't get it neither, but clearly he takes advantage and gets the ball, makes the Barca gets the ball back.
Well, there are already suggestions that some big European clubs are looking at him, despite the fact that he's only just turned 17. He's given the ball away there, though, straight to Alberto Moreno.
He hurt us.
One back by Barcelona, out from Lewandowski to Lamine Yamal. Gundogan is furthest forward at the moment for Barcelona. What's Lamine Yamal going to do? He's going to slide it to Pedri, who finds João Felix. The overlap is Cancelo. Here's João Cancelo. What kind of cross can he produce? And off his head and over the top from Lamine Yamal.
Yeah, but already looks a different Barca, like the pace, the movement. Someone gets on the ball and it has runners, like now, almost like a rugby sort of. Good pass by João Felix and good cross. Obviously makes it more difficult for Villarreal to defend when you have all those alternatives in attack. Something that we've not seen in the first half for Barca.
Well, we can see the attendance up there on your screens, 46,269, which is a good response from the Barcelona fans. Near to capacity. Ilias' shot is charged down. Koundé plays it out to Gundogan. He's got Pedri running ahead of him. Sliding in was Coquelin. The ball goes back to Iñaki Peña. Barcelona build again through Pedri.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, Villarreal is not bothered whether if he has 2 or 3 midfielders in front of them. They just put the block, the 4-4-2 in front of it, and try not to get those balls through again. So whether they play with only Frenkie de Jong or Pedri or Oriol in the first half, Villarreal is not really changing the system.
Kubasi out to João Felix. Goes past Femenia, goes down as well. Referee gives the corner.
Very good Femenia, it wasn't easy.
Former Barca B player, Kiko Femenia. Gundogan then with the corner. Jorgensen thinks about coming and then decides against it. It drops to Lamine Yamal. Pedri. Lamine Yamal sends it back into the penalty area. João Felix heads it clear, unintentionally.
I think he tried to flick it back.
Cancelo to Pedri. Pedri looking for Araujo. It stayed forward from the corner. Gets there first. Ronald Araujo plays the ball out to Lamine Yamal. Here's Pedri once more. Pedri slides it back to Lamine Yamal, who goes down in the area. The penalty not given by the referee, who had a decent view of it and waves away the appeals. Not that there were that many on the pitch. You can see the Barca fans thought it was a penalty.
Great pass by Pedri. What a pass.
And Xavi certainly can't believe it. Arms wide open for the Barca manager. He's talking to the fourth referee, and Marcelino, well, very calm, as well as Xavi right now to the side of the fourth referee.
I think just Bailey was stronger than Lamine Yamal in his, although obviously there's contact by shoulder to shoulder, there's no penalty from it.
Yeah, would have been had it been given, it would have been a definite penaltito. And we were told at the start of the season that we weren't going to have any more penaltitos. So,
and that exact explanation, exactly that explanation is what the fourth referee is talking to Xavi right now.
Well done, Pete.
Short lot back to Baina.
The fans thought differently.
Yeah.
For Villarreal, guys, 3 players warming up. Capué, Guedes, and Mendy. For Football Club Barcelona, we're talking about Ferran Torres and Vitor Roque.
Well, Issa Mendy only just back from the African Cup of Nations. Not that that stopped Iñaki Williams from coming on and scoring against Barcelona. It's Bailey under pressure from Lewandowski. Cancelo's missed his kick. There's a chance here for Elias to make it 2 for Villarreal. Round Iñaki Peña into the back of the net. He apologises to the supporters inside the Olympic Stadium. Marcelino is a happy man. It's Barcelona 0, Villarreal 2.
It was an unfortunate touch by Joao Cancelo, but right around, what a finish by Elias. Fantastic. Well, you could see the face of Marcelino so happy because, again, it's a ball you don't expect to miss, but the players, they're putting pressure and having obviously trust on the plan and getting that ball because of that.
Not the desired effect, those changes. Cancelo, one of the half-time substitutes. It's his mistake. We can have another look at it here. It's the long ball out from Jorgensen. Sherlock gets a nudge, but the ball goes over his head anyway. Then the mistake from Cancelo, and it's very coolly finished by Elias. Well, that's what he would have dreamt about last night. Back playing against the team that he grew up playing for.
Good finish.
And here in the stadium, a total silence. If we heard some whistles, some boos in the first goal, nothing. In the second goal, we could even hear Xavi with the classic "Vamos, vamos" for the Barca team.
Well, there were 2 apologies after that goal, one from Ilias and one from Cancelo. I think that's his first goal for the club as well, Ilias. So, what a team to score it against. Here's Pedri. Cancelo. Kubasi goes back to Araujo, out to Koundé. Pedri, Gundogan. Moreno plays it forward to Shorter. It's one in the air by Araujo, but goes back over the top. He's got a chase on here. He's quicker than Shorter though, Araujo. Can't stop the ball from going out for a throw though. Villarreal with a player down, Carlos.
Gerard Moreno?
Yes, and I'm sorry that I couldn't see who's the player down, but we're going to have a substitution, the first for Marcelino, that we see him talking there to the number 9, to Gonzalo Guedes, the player that came from Benfica. He played some minutes against Mallorca, and he will become the first substitution of the match for Villarreal.
Well, we can see now that it's the goal scorer. And I think we're going to maybe see the moment where he picks up the injury, or is this the goal? This is the goal. Cancelo's mistaken. Well, that's going to be his last touch by the looks of things. Ilias Alcomatch. Cool finish, having rounded his former Barca B teammate Iñaki Peña. And he's going to be replaced by Gonzalo Guedes.
I'm just talking about memory, Pete. The first game that Xavi managed, he actually started with Ilias Alcomatch. And that first game in the Estadio Spotify Camp Nou, so lots of memories for Ilias with Xavi. And for Barca, sadly, he's going to have to step off. And we repeat, Gonzalo Guedes will be the first substitution for Villarreal. And, well, José Luis Morales and Capué, they're still warming up for the Yellow Submarine. There we see the board, Ilias out and Guedes in.
And the Ferran in. Is he at the same time? Yeah.
Well, Carlos mentioned that Guedes played his first minutes of Villarreal last week. He looked impressive. He certainly looked fit. which is always the doubt when a player comes from not having played too much at the club that's loaning him out. But he was impressive against Mallorca. He had chances, and he's going to get chances here in the last half an hour. And as you say, guys, Ferran Torres is also about to come on.
Who's off? Oh, Joao Felix.
It will be Joao Felix.
Well, man by man, probably Ferran in the same position. Obviously, different dynamisms and trying to get the most of his scoring from scoring goals. And same for Villarreal. See.
Gundogan forward to Lewandowski. Just about gets there ahead of Cuenca. Ball played forward to Cancelo. Back to Pedri. Barcelona signing Cancelo and Joao Felix on deadline day, and it seemed like a brilliant bit of business. Final hour hasn't really worked out so far for Xavi, who arguably didn't want certainly one of those two. Lamine Yamal comes away with the ball, gets past Gerard Moreno, rolls that one back to Pedri, and the shot comes in from Ferran, saved by Jorgensen.
The first touch, trying to find that goal. And Guedes, we saw playing in that position where Elias was playing.
Kubarsi with the header. Gerard Moreno does well, but Iñaki Peña gets there first. Araujo out to Pedri. Pedri forward to Ferran. Cancelo to his left, finds Lewandowski instead. Back to Gundogan and into the corner, and Barcelona have a foothold back in this game. Ilkay Gundogan scores his 4th goal of the season, and with plenty of time left to play, that will give Xavi and the supporters inside the Olympic Stadium plenty of hope. It's Barcelona 1, Villarreal 2.
Good timing for Barca to score, still plenty of time. I'm not sure about the touch of Lewandowski. When I saw him live, he looked like a missed the control, but then it goes to Gundogan, so I wonder if it's an assist or it's just if he sees Gundogan. Anyway, it's a great finish by Gundogan.
Well, it's either a brilliant assist or a lucky assist, and as you say, Gundogan's finish is exceptional. He is delivering goals, even though some Barca fans wanted more from him in overall play, but he's got 4 now.
Is he on penalties? He scored two of them. One penalty.
And the environment change, guys. Right now, people spawn, people singing Barca, Barca, Barca. Lots of excitement. I think that people, if it's true they're getting used to conceding first, it's also true that here in Madrid, the people's getting used to remontadas, to come from behind. Well, let's see what happens.
A little bit of belief.
Yeah, certainly the goal gives them belief, and hope that another comeback could happen. But, well, let's see. Because Villarreal is still defending and playing as a team very well. But definitely it's changing the Barca with the stops when Pedri came in now with Ferran.
Ferran's ball back to Pedri. One back row by Gerard Moreno. Which is Shortlock. Played by Kubarsi. Gundogan. Shortlock. Lamine Yamal. Gundogan. Straight out to Gundogan. Lewandowski and Ferran Torres through the middle. Lamine Yamal in support. Lamine Yamal out to Cancelo. Cancelo with the cross. Past his own keeper in spectacular fashion.
He looks slightly different. The way they pass the ball, that's the
Well, it would have been his post. Comes back off the post with one of the most spectacular. No, he doesn't.
goals from Alberto Moreno. Set free given. Not enough to send him on to get it. Across after it once more. Good pass out to Lamine Yamal. Kunde joining support for Varane on the end of the penalty area. He goes out to Kunde. The cross comes in. It's cleared by Cuenca. Pedri with the cross. And then it clears. You might see forward to Frenkie de Jong. Pedri finds Lewandowski. Gundogan's chasing this one. Ferran Torres misses his kick. Well, that was the moment when Barcelona could and should have equalised. Xavi can't believe it on the touchline. It dropped perfectly for Ferran Torres, who's been in good goal-scoring form of late, but he couldn't finish that one.
Very good move to the ball. 1 touches, 2 touches. Gundogan. It's not easy, to be honest. Like the way the ball bounced, he needs to get that ball down and with the power, and that's when he tries to put it, I think, so close to the post that he goes out.
Well, 4 goals so far this season in the league for Ferran Torres, so nearly the 5th there in what would have been the equaliser. Barcelona pushing Villarreal now. Lamine Yamal out to Cancelo. His cross headed away by Cuenca. Lamine Yamal to Pedri. Pedri to Cancelo. João Cancelo to Lewandowski. Crosses a low one. Eric Bailly clears. Geddes trying to clear it once more, but Lewandowski wins it. Throw goes Villarreal's way. And Xavi's not happy with the decision again.
I'm not sure if Kiko Femenia touches it. Doesn't look like it.
Shorter Corbassi very tight to him, and Cancelo won the loose ball. Araujo to Pedri. De Jong, Cancelo. Floats that one out to Lamine Yamal. Up against Baena. Kunde. His shot is blocked by Gerard Moreno. And it's a corner. Taken quickly. Pedri. Frenkie de Jong. His cross is cleared by Schürrle.
Capoe will come on for Villarreal.
So a little bit of reinforcement for the centre of Villarreal's midfield.
Yeah. Some energy there.
Lamine Yamal with a cross. Cuenca puts it behind for a corner.
Yeah, because Barca is getting all those second balls, and those Villarreal cannot manage to neither get the ball or get out of the box. So it's one attack after another for Barca.
Pedri. One back by Gerard Moreno, but the loose ball runs to a Barcelona player. Pedri has it once more. Out to Lamine Yamal. Up against Baena. Goes past Baena. Finds Gundogan. Pedri! And they've scored. Barcelona are back on level terms. Pedri off the bench and onto the score sheet. And Marcelino sees his team throw away another lead as they did last week. They've got time to do something about it, but it's Pedri who gets the goal. It's Barcelona 2, Villarreal 2.
Yeah, a bit lucky on that ball. Villarreal could not clear it out. Good action by Lamine Yamal again. The player, taking defenders and creating something out of nowhere. And Pedri, well, he's in the right place to kick it. I think he goes to a defender as well. It's a deflection there, but Barca kept attacking and kept getting those balls. Lucky on the...
Yeah, a little bit of good fortune.
Just a bit fortune on both, and Gundogan and Pedri's shot. But to be honest, they were like pushing. It really looked like a threat now, Barca, this time. With all those crosses, not like in the first half.
We could see it coming. It just clips Comesaña as it goes through, which sends it past. There's a bit of head-to-head between Eric Bailly and Lewandowski. That's why the yellow card came out for Bailly. But Barcelona with their tails up now, and with the sense maybe that they can go on and win this game. De Jong is dispossessed. No foul, says the referee. Ball back from Femenia to Guedes. Pass was intended for Guedes, but it's been won back by Cancelo. Cancelo's brought down, and there's more yellow cards to be dished out for
Xavi.
Xavi again, is it?
Yes, there's a yellow card to Xavi. Well, the referee hasn't pulled out the yellow card yet. There we see him talking to Xavi, and there we see the yellow card shown to the Barca manager. The people getting crazy here at the stadium. Lots of noise. It's the loudest it's been at the Estadio Olympic when Marcelino is preparing two substitutions, not only Capué, but only Mandy.
Kiko Femenia on the floor.
Well, Villarreal's inability to keep a clean sheet. I think it's 14 games now. It's costing them dearly. They've conceded 2 at the Olympic Stadium, and they're going to do well not to concede another, because Barcelona are in the ascendancy with 20 minutes left. Gundogan over the free kick. Lewandowski was also booked. And there are those substitutes that Carlos has just told us about. Capu and Mandy coming on.
Yes, Pete. Sorry, one of the players coming off, it will be Alberto Moreno. And the other brother will come out, it will be Alex Baena. Alex Baena and Moreno out, and Capué and Mandy will come out for Villarreal.
Well, interesting changes. They're certainly not like for like, Gaisca. So let's see how they rearrange things.
I think he's just trying to put more defenders, even if Mandy obviously even if he might play on that full-back position, but I think he's just trying to get men to defend those crosses, and the way Villarreal is struggling in the last minutes.
Gundogan with the free kick. Whipped in at Bailey. It's gone in off Araujo. Barcelona have turned this game on its head. Araujo jumping with Bailey. The Uruguayan got the touch, the all-important touch that sent it past Jorgensen. And from being 2-0 down, it's Barcelona's 3, Villarreal 2.
Well, they said not to make changes before a free kick, especially in a dangerous free kick. They brought in height and power with Mandy, and
still conceded.
And they still conceded, yeah.
Gundogan's delivery.
It's Mandy who touches the ball,
and it is
right?
Isa Mandy who's jumping with Araujo and is beaten by him. There are some complaints, presumably we'll cross to Carlos in a moment, about whether there was a push, but it looks okay from... there's a shirt pulled from Isa Mandy, so it's definitely not going to be ruled out. But Marcelino must be absolutely fuming, Carlos, because he saw his team throw away a 1-goal lead last week. He's seen them throw away a 2-goal lead this week.
He was furious, he was very disappointed, talking to Rubén Uría, his assistant. And we have a question for Gaisca Noa to do a couple of substitutions in that moment before the corner. Usually the managers hold, or on a set piece, they usually hold the substitutions, and well, Mandy wasn't on that picture. Of course, as we said, the people getting used to the comebacks, and well, a total celebration right now in Montjuic, in one of the best attendances of the season, Pete.
I think so far it's the 7th comeback out of 8 games, the ones there, so becoming kind of a habit. But yeah, even Marcelino probably thought with Mandy, Capué, 2 big guys put in there, try to defend better than. But yeah, it's one of those non-written rules, like you don't change players, don't bring players, first players from the bench before, things like that.
Araujo's second league goal of the season.
Have they given it to Araujo? Because it looks like it's Mandy on goal, but
all back with
two players preparing to come on, Pete. El Comandante Morales for Villarreal. He's right there talking to Marcelino, as well as Vitor Roque that will come on for Football Club Barcelona.
Kubasi cuts that one out. You're right, Gus. It's been given to. Well, we've got it up there as Araujo. I've seen it. I've seen it elsewhere as Bailey. So
someone again Bailey, yeah.
Yeah.
And it looked like Mandy was the one. So.
Yeah, it's definitely not Bailey.
He's definitely not Bailey. Yeah.
Here's Koundé. Back to Pedri, who's made all the difference in this second half. Koundé's pass out to Lamine Yamal wasn't the best, but they win the corner, and we're seeing Vitor Roque preparing to come on. Barcelona's fifth and final change. He had to watch Marc Guiu come on in midweek in the Cup, but he gets the nod ahead of Guiu for this game. And we'll wait to see if it's Lewandowski he replaces, which will be the fourth straight game when Lewandowski's come off. He hasn't scored in this one. Moreno, Gerard Moreno is brought down by Frenkie de Jong. The referee says no. Play continues. And
Cuenca's left back.
Who's now playing left back, plays it back to his goalkeeper.
Obviously Barca now trying to slow down.
Pedri's sold short by that pass from Koundé. He reacted well though. He plays it back to Jules Koundé. One over the top towards Lewandowski. It's cut out by Aissa Mandi, but the ball goes straight to Gundogan. Out to Lamine Yamal. Frenkie de Jong. Kubasi out to Cancelo. His mistake that led to Villarreal's second goal seems a long way away right now. Here's Pedri. Will he try his luck? Well, in the end, the ball sent back to his goalkeeper by Cuenca. Pedri's first goal since the second week of the season when he scored against Cadiz. He's obviously been out for plenty of that time. Moreno's long ball forward looking for Sherlock. Cut out by Koundé. Cuenca, Capu. Gedish out to Sherlock.
Still time.
Still time for Villarreal to do more of what they were doing in the first half when they were on top. Here's Capu.
Yeah, it looks like, or it feels like, Barca is don't know the game is done, but it's still 15 plus at the time, and Villarreal certainly has the tools to create chances.
Moreno looking for the run maybe of Sherlock, but straight to Iñaki Peña.
If they can find each other, Gerard, Sorloth, now Guedes, the players capable of creating opportunities.
Particularly against the Barcelona defence that hasn't convinced tonight or at all this season. More changes, Carlos.
Yes, it will be a double substitution for Villarreal. First, we're going to observe Vitor Roque coming on to the pitch. It's the first time that Vitor Roque plays in front of his crowd. He will come on replacing Robert Lewandowski. And the substitutions for Villarreal, Mosquera that will replace Kiko Femenia. And as we said, El Comandante Morales, the lead goal scorer since Marcelino arrived to Villarreal, will be the other substitution. Let's wait and see who's going to be the player coming off. It's Gerard Moreno.
So, some more minutes for Vitor Roque. Only played 39 minutes so far since his arrival in the right at the start of the January window.
trying to find that pace.
Nicely done by Cancelo, but one back by Mosquera.
Yeah, but it's good. It's not that he's playing closer to Sorloth, and Comandante is like, and now it's changing, like a midfielder.
Well, first chance to look at Jose Mosquera, who didn't play a minute out play at Wolves, so he'd be glad to be back on the pitch. De Jong.
Well, guys, Marcelino playing with 4 at the back with the 4 centre backs.
Yeah, centre back. Yeah. I think the fact that obviously how Barca slowly, and because of the possession, and especially the second half, the way they've been playing and putting so many crosses, it's a way of trying to stop that. But also
another mistake here, and Lamine Yamal has a chance to make it 4 for Barcelona. Jorgensen makes the save.
It was Mandy on the shot, no? Defending that one, testing his own goalkeeper.
Not the same second half performance from Villarreal at all.
I think obviously tiredness, and the fact that Barca also changed and improved.
Capu's long ball out, the cross comes into Schorrle. It might run to Guedes coming in behind. In the end, Barcelona can clear their lines. Pedri's lost possession on the edge of his own area, though. They get it back, and it's Gundogan. But as you say, this game is not over. Villarreal still causing problems when they reach the Barcelona penalty area. But it's Barcelona on the attack at the moment with Ferran. Ball doesn't reach him. Instead with Cancelo. Ferran up against Mosquera. Pedri to Gundogan. Minutes left of the 90. Lamine Yamal trying to find Koundé, blocked by Cuenca.
Yeah, because even if Barca has improved quite a lot attacking, but not defensively, it still feels like out of nowhere, like we saw before, just one cross, and Sorloth has 1v1 against the goalkeeper. So it still obviously gives hope to Villarreal to create more chances, and I think Barca cannot really sit and relax and let the clock run down. We need to keep pushing to try to find that 4th goal instead of just passing the ball.
Well, a 4th goal would certainly calm Xavi's nerves. That's cut out by Capu. Forward to Guedes. Schorrle. So Luis Morales back to Capu. Well, still none the wiser. Araujo gets his head to it. Does it hit the arm of Bailey as it goes past? Yeah. Ferran, Gundogan. Furthest forward is Victor Roque. Is this his first goal for Barcelona? Almost through the legs of Jorgensen, out for a corner. Well, that would cap off a perfect evening for, well, let's not say perfect because it was such a terrible first half, but that would cap things off nicely for Xavi if his new signing can get his first goal for the club. And he was very close there.
He was very good. The pace, the run, very good, but then he has to adjust the run to try to hit the ball in the right way, which I think it goes to the goalkeeper instead of off the goalkeeper. But I think that's kind of what Victor Roque can offer to Barca, is this the pace, vertical, and obviously finishing.
Gundogan with the corner. Cancelo strikes it cleanly. It took a deflection as well off of Victor Roque. Jorgensen dealt with it well.
We're certainly testing Villarreal out of the reflections.
At the moment, it's looking like an 11-minute comeback. 3 goals in 11 minutes to Barcelona.
I think also when Barca plays like that with Pedri and De Jong, he also improves Gundogan. So obviously playing higher up as he normally does, but not as efficient and not as determinant than when he's with Pedri and De Jong behind him.
Well, he received the ball there in space.
Yeah, in a better situations as well.
Morales finds Shorlot. Geddish takes that pass from Shorlot, and Villarreal have scored their 3rd goal and draw level. It's Geddish's first for the club, his 2nd performance off the bench. He caps it with a goal, and with just over 6 minutes, look at Xavi's face, with just over 6 minutes left of normal time, it's Barcelona 3, Villarreal 3.
We were saying it wasn't done still on time, and especially this, like Barca feels very vulnerable, very fragile in defense, and it was a great counter-attack from Villarreal. Like the turn, again, he's on his own, he can turn the pass, the first touch of Guedes, I think is key on the counter. It allows him to shoot, and great shoot. And again, it's a 3 passes counter-attack where Barca players are nowhere near to Villarreal players and allow them to get the 3rd goal and the draw. You see, I think that's what Xavi asking, like, why there's nobody close to stop them, to make a foul, to stop it, basically.
Well, as you say, Shorlot with all the time in the world to turn and pick his pass, and what a pass it was into the path of Geddish, who didn't have to break stride. Player who was prolific, particularly in his last season at Valencia. He got 11 goals before that move to Wolves, and he's got his first for Villarreal, and it's an important goal. Ball goes out to Lamine Yamal. Ferran Torres gets there first, but there was little else he could do there. Tried to hold it up, but surrounded by yellow shirts. Jorgensen has it for Villarreal.
I think was expecting or hoping that maybe Jorgensen would have touched him, but he very cleverly stood up and didn't go down.
And Eric Bailey with a bit of a problem, Carlos.
Yes, Pete, Eric Bailey talking to the referee with a little problem in his knee, and Xavi still furious, talking to his midfielders, to Frankie de Jong, to Gundogan, saying precisely what Gasca Mendieta says. Why didn't you commit a foul? And he was just doing that signal with his hand. Do a foul in that type of situation. And well, a roller coaster of emotions. If everybody was very excited in Montjuic, a total silence that people couldn't believe that goal of Guedes. And well, let's see what happens in the next 5 minutes, Pete.
A great finish anyway, like Guedes. Obviously the quality that he has shown in that shot right across. Iñaki Peña, nothing he could do about it.
Iñaki Peña's ball out to Koundé, flicked on to Lamine Yamal. Drives inside and finds Cancelo. Ferran Torres making a run ahead of Cancelo, outside of the foot cross. Mandy tried to get his head to it, and goal kick.
Yeah, the people didn't like the decision. Xavi neither. He's talking to the referee once again. Lots of boos, lots of whistles. Also to Jorgensen, that every time that he's been taking a goal kick in the second half, he's taking a lot of time.
Yeah, Carlos, I can tell you now that this image now from this angle, it was Mandy heading that ball. So Barca players were right about it.
Geddish. Obasi does well.
Had again, very good game today.
Yep.
Very consistent.
Xavi said he's not a player for the future, he's a player for now, and he's proved that with every single minute that he's played so far, as has this 16-year-old Lamine Yamal. Out to Koundé, gets it back from Koundé. Rolls it to Pedri. Pedri tries to find Cancelo, and that's an important header clear from Coquelin.
Which is touching his leg there, looks like. Yeah, it's his hamstring. It's been a very demanding game for Villarreal players, because even if they were defending as a block, it doesn't look like it, but you're constantly running and constantly covering and constantly.
And it looks as if I'm not sure if that's Lewandowski. It can't be Lewandowski. Lewandowski's taken off. So I thought maybe the feud between Lewandowski and Bailey continue, but this time it's Bailey and Araujo and Mosquera as well.
Mosquera.
Yes, and the referee is calling Mosquera. He's got the yellow card on his left hand, and he will book the Colombian defender.
All of which helps Villarreal in their cause to just eat up these final few minutes here. Gundogan with the corner. Jorgensen's dropped it. Can Koundé turn it in? It goes over the top. Well, that was an opportunity. Jorgensen's been patted on the back by his defenders, but he came out for this and then spilled it. And Koundé with the opportunity, and it's Chorlot who's done so much in terms of assists at the other end, who sends the ball over the top for a corner, which Gundogan will now take. Last minute of normal time. Headed out to Pedri. Pedri loops it up for Victor Roque. Claims for handball, and the referee points to the penalty spot. And Barcelona will have the chance to win this in the last minute of the game with a spot kick. Villarreal players surround the referee. There'll presumably be a video-assisted referee inquiry. Jaime Latre will help out José Luis Muniera Montero. We're waiting to see the replay. Here it comes now. Turns his back to it. It's close to his body, guys.
I think, unfortunately for him, that is what he's saying. Comesaña is saying, I'm not even looking. I'm turning my back to the ball, but the hand actually is deflecting the ball. And even if I think he's trying to keep them attached to the body, we can see that clearly touches the hand and the ball that is going into the box. Well, when I review it,
he's coming across towards you, Carlos, to have a look at it.
I think it's down to the interpretation of the referee, whether he thinks that ball is going somewhere dangerous or not.
Yes, when we just saw that the added minutes are 8, we're going to play until minute 98, and everybody in the stadium taking a look at the referee because he's going to see it at the monitor. Drama in the very last minutes here in Montjuic.
Yeah, drama ending of the game.
Santi Comesaña will argue that his arm is very, very close to his body. Gundogan will argue
he's not even looking.
And he's not even looking. Gundogan will argue that it's a cross shot.
Yeah, he's going on target.
Heading towards goal, and it's blocked by the arm of the Villarreal midfield player. So this is a key moment. Maybe it's not an exaggeration to say, not just in this game, but in Barcelona's season. First home game of the year.
Here it comes.
Are they going to have the chance to win it with a spot kick? No penalty.
No penalty.
Well, Ronald Araujo can't believe it, and neither can Xavi. Xavi has already been yellow carded in this game.
Well, we believe that that's the interpretation of the referee, that he's not looking, arms close to the body, and the ball certainly not entitles any clear chance of getting anywhere for Barca.
Well, Honourable Wentworth says Xavi to the camera pitch side, it's a disgrace, it's a disgrace.
Well, you can see for Barca perspective, like, you have to see both, like, Villarreal obviously feeling wasn't, and Barca thinking, okay, this is gone the hand, and a ball that is going into the actual middle of the box.
Koundé.
That's when we would like to have the opinion of the referee, why he is giving this and not the other.
Well, we're getting the recordings, aren't we, now, of the video assistant referee discussions, but they're not always shedding a lot of light, exactly as you say, on why the decision was made. It's just a case of, can I see that back a bit further? Can I see it from a different angle? Ferran Torres on the edge of the penalty area, trying to get through that yellow wall, and he can't, but Barcelona still have it. Played into Gundogan. Can he get the cross in? He's up against Cuenca. The cross does come in, and there are 5 yellow shirts in and around the 6-yard box. Not a single Barcelona player attacking that. And it's back with Jorgensen. João Felix asking how much time still left to play, as Carlos says 8 added on originally, and maybe a minute will be added to that 8. We're already up to 93. The ball forward from the Villarreal goalkeeper, straight to Cancelo. Mosquera forward to Xorlo. It's been so unpredictable, the game, that you wouldn't rule out Villarreal scoring the 7th of the match. Comisania. It's control from Guedes, and Lamine Yamal is rugby tackled by Cuenca.
Well,
Yellow card.
Falta táctica.
Yep.
He's not even looking the ball.
No. Stops a very promising attack, and his caution. Barcelona have it now with Frenkie de Jong. Into Gundogan. Araujo. Pedri. Ferran Torres almost scooping that away from Comisania, but it's won back by Villarreal, and here's Xorlo again. And where there's Xorlo, there's danger. He's got Morales sprinting ahead of him, so is Guedes. Pass will send Guedes back. And he lets it run out for a throw.
It's not finished until the referee blows the whistle. Certainly today, especially.
Well, Xorlo and José Luis Morales are the players in the penalty area. Xorlo receives. Pedri and Lamine Yamal combine to nick the ball from him. And here's Pedri once more. Long ball forward towards Ferran Torres. Cancelo sprinting in support. Mosquera comes away with the ball. The referee was happy with that challenge. Ferran Torres has stayed down. Morales. Guedes has to check his run because he moved into an offside position. Here's Mosquera once more. Cross comes in. Xorlo with a header. It might drop for Morales. Instead it drops to Pedri, who can clear. And he clears very effectively, carrying the ball forward and then feeding Victor Roque out to Cancelo. Gundogan. Out to Lamine Yamal. Lamine Yamal goes for goal, and Jorgensen makes the save.
We're at the end of the game now. Attack and attack. There's no midfielders. Both teams trying to score that 4th goal. Well, very effective for Villarreal.
Well, this will be
4 shots, 4 goals.
Yeah, Marcinez will be disappointed if it's not 3, because they had the lead, but in view of the fact that they were then behind, he'll be more than happy with a point from the Olympic Stadium. Guedes.
Even if they conceded those goals, the way the game went. But again, let's wait until.
Absolutely. Here's Jules Koundé. Barcelona with 4 streaming forward ahead of Koundé. One of them is Lamine Yamal. Lamine Yamal threads that through towards Victor Roque. Gundogan on the turn. Can he get the shot away? It's blocked by Capu and then cleared by Isamandi. Xorlo.
What a game Xorlo has had.
Been so important for his team, and he's won an important free kick for them.
There's another deflection there from Villarreal players that could have. Cuenca there with the hands.
Well, it'll be interesting to hear what Xavi has to say post-match. He's obviously not going to be happy about the key decision of the game that didn't go his way.
Well, certainly it's going to be another talking point, those hands. But that's why, for me, it's important that referees give their opinion, because once they explain what they saw, what they took that decision, it stops any other conversation.
It kills the debate, yeah, because that's the verdict from the match official, and that's the end of it. Here's Cuenca out to Guedes. Takes that down nicely, drifts away from Frenkie de Jong as he brought down by Cancelo. Notices the referee. Charlotte can't keep possession. Capu wins it back for Villarreal. Gets away from Pedri. Still Capu. The shot slightly scuffed. Kourbassi clears. Straight to Capu. Charlotte! Blocked by Kourbassi and into the back of the net. And Villarreal have won it in the 99th minute. Well, the referee, the Villarreal players celebrate. I'm not sure if the goal is going to have to be looked at.
I think it was saying like it's a goal. Like
it's a goal. So Villarreal, having gone 2-0 up and then seemingly thrown the game away, have come back from 3-2. And just 1 minute short of the 100 minutes. The Barcelona players can't believe it. Frenkie de Jong down on the turf. Kourbassi on his knees. It was a scramble in the penalty area. And Villarreal came out on top. It's a good run from Guedes. Charlotte loses out to Koundé, but it runs straight to Capu, and the aggression of Capu and the determination. He scuffs his shot. Kourbassi maybe should let it run to the keeper. It comes back out to Capu. The shot from Charlotte is also a scuffed effort, but it comes back out to him again, and he doesn't give up the second opportunity to send it past the goalkeeper and into the back of the net, and it is Barcelona 3, Villarreal 4.
Well, obviously we're asking for the hand of Kourbassi there, and then Iñaki Peña maybe ruthless. I mean, he goes thinking maybe that he can get clearly that ball instead of trying to get everything ball and wherever he gets on the way.
Well, we're just seeing the replays again, Carlos. If you're still pitch side, and there's presumably we can now see the live images, but there's no debate about the fact that the goal's been given. So we're back underway, and Barcelona have no more than a minute to score another equaliser. Pedri. De Jong goes down and takes an age to get back up, and that just about sums up where Barcelona are right now. 10 points behind Real Madrid. Girona still to play, and if Atletico Madrid and Athletic Club win their games this weekend, then they will be level on points with Football Club Barcelona, unless Barcelona can do something dramatic in these last few seconds. Time for one more attack maybe. Lamine Yamal trying to get away from Morales. Out to Jules Koundé. Koundé with the cross, and almost turned in at the back post by Araujo. That was the chance.
For Barca,
now there's a chance for Villarreal to make it 5-3. Guedes with Charlotte. Plays it to Morales. Jose Luis Morales, and it is 5. There's no doubt about it now. Barcelona have been beaten by Villarreal, their first game at home in 2024. We can't go to Carlos because he's already moved to his post-match interview position. But you can see the scenes, you can see the desolation. Xavi's face tells the story. Barcelona clawed their way back into this game, but awful defending in the last third of the match has seen them throw away 2 late goals, and it's Barcelona 3, Villarreal 5.
We were saying it's not finished until it's finished, and literally to the last very minute of the game. Great Villarreal on the counter, very poor defending from Barca. We were saying like every ball that he gets there, it feels like it's a goal, it's a opportunity for Villarreal. Barca wasn't tough enough, wasn't defending good enough today. And even scoring 3 goals, I think Villarreal was better than Barca today. It's funny to say that 5 goals feels like a lot of many goals, but all the actions how Villarreal counter-attacked today to Barca were excellent. In the game, the planned game they had in the first half worked perfectly. Then the game went open since Barca tried to obviously come back, which they did eventually, but again, thrilling game until the very last second.
Well, my thanks to Gaisca and also to Carlos pitch side, an incredible, well, it wasn't 90 minutes, was it? It was 100 minutes in the Olympic Stadium. When you're manager of Barcelona, you only ever won 5-3 home defeat away from a crisis, and Barcelona are incredible.